Welcome to Detroit. Doesn't matter if you have one ass cheek and 3 toes. I will beat your ass. You can drown them. And that's what we gotta be. That's who we have to be. Because that's our domain. That is our domain. Because we'll tread water as long as it takes to fucking bury you.
Takes the snap, turns, gives to Montgomery, right side, end zone, touchdown, Detroit Lions! Yes.
We are driven by Detroit.
Hello, Detroit Lions, friends, fans, and family members. Welcome on back to yet another episode of MCM Motor City Mania. I'm your host, David T. Pike. And as always, we're diving on in. I gotta tell you something, all. That was not at all the way I thought that game was gonna go. Not even remotely close how I thought that game was gonna go. But I'm going to tell you this right now. I'm not at all going to, cry, apologize, or have any other view except I'm happy we got the win. But understand what I mean by that. I'm not happy because I'm not saying I'm happy we got the win because we escaped with a win. We did not escape with a win last night. We absolutely dominated in that win last night. Now, understand, we didn't dominate offensively. The domination came from the one unit that absolutely nobody thought was going to dominate. The defense. I'm telling you this right now. I thought it. Every NFL analyst thought it. Most Lions fans thought it. Everybody and their brother all thought the exact same damn thing. That the Lions defense was about to get carved up like a damn Thanksgiving Day turkey against Baker Mayfield and this Bucs offense that has just been absolutely, tearing teams new assholes damn near every freaking week. And what happened on, last night's game on Monday night was just, for lack of a better word, I would say that is the kind of stuff that I don't care who you are. You can't script that. You cannot script that crap at all. Because all logic, all reason, all thought process would have told you that there is no way that a defense that is missing all of its starting defensive backs going up against arguably the hottest quarterback in the entirety of the NFL is going to hold the Buccaneers offense to 9 points. There's just no way. Plus, on top of that, there's also no way that anybody could have told me that we were going to hold Baker Mayfield to barely over 50% completion rate. There's no way you could have told me that a team that had only had, 2 turnovers in the prior, 6 games to that had, been absolutely ridiculously clean with the ball was then going to double the amount of turnovers that they had in that game against, again, a defense that just absolutely was barely holding on by its fingernails as far as the health of its secondary. But yet that's exactly what happened. That is just absolutely ridiculous. You have to think about it. It's not like the Lions had gone out and had gotten a whole bunch of these top-end, freaking defensive backs to try and fill the gap. They got guys out there that for most teams, including ours, prior to our starters being removed, are backups and backups of backups. We got guys out there that are playing, and it's like, dude, these guys have no business shutting down Ibuka. They have no business shutting down Evans. They've got no business shutting down K-Dot, and they've got no business shutting down Baker Mayfield. But yet that's exactly what they did. I'm going to tell you this right now. The reason I have my thumbnail image the way I do, Blackout City, I mean, you have to think about it here. we completely blacked out the entirety of that Bucs offense. That Bucs offense was coming in shining brighter than just about any in the entirety of the NFL. And they come into Detroit on a night where we pull out the all-black uniforms and we completely engulf them. Just absolutely shut them down, said, do not pass go, do not collect $200, you ain't getting nothing. Like, that was probably the most improbable performance I have seen a defense put out in probably the damn near 25 years I've been watching professional football. It's one thing when a defense does that and you've got all the defensive superstars that you could possibly name. Like, think about the 2000 Ravens or the 1985 Bears or whatever. Like, that's the kind of performance you think of from teams like that. But when you've got a defense that is so ravaged that you've got backups and backups of backups filling in defensively in your backfield, and you shut down an offense that has just absolutely been shredding people to all hell and back, and you hold them to 9 points, absolutely just bewildering. And it's a good bewildering. Because you sincerely have to think about just how ridiculously good that performance was that the defense put out last night. Think about it. I'm going to talk about this more in another episode, but that defense should not only get the recognition that it's getting, but it should get even more than that. Because that defense continually made it damn near impossible for the Bucs offense to move the ball at all. Like, every single yard that they had to earn, not just the hard way. It would be like they were trying to climb up a mountainside with grease under their feet. That is how ridiculously hard sledding they had to go through just to get whatever yardage they could against us. It's just absolutely unbelievable how hard that Bucs offense had to just try and perform just to have any semblance of an offense. And the reason why I'm saying that is because if we want to be entirely honest with ourselves, and everybody and their brother knows it, NFL analysts know it, NFL beat writers know it, podcasters know it, everybody knows it. That game last night should have been an absolute just ass beating. Not just in terms of what the defense put out on the field, but in terms of the scoreboard. We won that game last night, 24-9? We should have easily won that game like 50-9. Like, that's how ridiculously good our defense was playing. We kept giving our offense chance after chance after chance, putting them in plus territory, giving them the ball in great field position to go out and score points. And we didn't convert virtually on almost any of those. In fact, I think we only converted one time, and I think that was only on a field goal. Think about that. If the normal formula of how the Lions have done things in the past would have been upheld, based upon what that defense did last night, we should have won that game like 52-9, 55-9, something like that. It should have been over by halftime. That game should have absolutely been so far out of reach by halftime that most people probably should have felt comfortable just turning the game off and going to bed early. But the game was very much not over at halftime. At halftime, the Bucs get a turnover from Jared Goff throwing an absolutely ridiculously bad throw. Again, one of the few times I can say that this year or over the last couple of years about him. But he gives them a ridiculously bad throw, puts the Bucs in great field position. They then get a chance to go down and score 3 points before the half, which then puts them in a great position to come out of the half because they're getting the ball first. And then the only drive of the night where the Bucs actually are able to drive down the full length of the field, they then get a touchdown. And then at that point, it's like, that's it. That's all they got. That's all they had. The Lions defense absolutely was the whole reason that we won that game, in my opinion. Oh, sure, you can talk about how well Jahmyr Gibbs played, and don't get me wrong, he played an absolutely just fantastic game. Jahmyr Gibbs absolutely went the hell off. But that does not happen if our defense does not play the way it played last night. That defense literally locked down, shut down, threw away the key to that freaking Bucs offense, and they virtually had no chance of trying to move the ball against us. You have to think about it. In the entirety of the game, in a team that quite literally over the last couple of weeks has been scoring 30 points like at a clip, because I recall correctly, I think in the previous 4 games prior to this, they had scored 30-plus points every single game. Every single game. And this game, they don't even score double digits. They got 9 points. How in the hell do you go from scoring 30-plus points the previous 4 weeks to only scoring 9 against a defensive secondary that's so absolutely banged up and battered that it's like, dude, from all outside perspective and logic, you would think that probably the best college defensive secondary would be better. At least as far as from a talent-wise perspective. But yet, that's exactly what happened. I mean, it defies all logic. It defies all reason. It defies all thought process. Now, don't get me wrong here. The Lions absolutely did a great job, not only in the defensive secondary, they did a great job up front as well. I literally did get this one part right about the defense. I was like, listen, if the Lions are going to have any success defensively, they have got to make sure that their front 7 is absolutely terrorizing the hell out of Baker Mayfield. They've got to find a way to make him uncomfortable. They've got to find a way to rattle him. They've got to find a way to get him off his game. And they absolutely did that. I think we finished, last night? 3 or 4 sacks? 20-something pressures. Like, Baker Mayfield was under duress all damn night. And the funny part about it is that of those 3 or 4 sacks, Aiden Hutchinson didn't have one. It was everybody else that was getting the sacks. Derek Barnes, Wheat, and a couple of other guys were the ones that got the sacks. Not Aiden Hutchinson. Hutchinson sure as hell made his presence known and obviously and continually got, Baker Mayfield off his spot. But you could literally see how Baker Mayfield was not at all comfortable last night. A lot of throws he was throwing last night were absolute airmails. Like, that was probably the worst game I think I've seen Baker Mayfield play in a Bucs uniform in a long time. And it was just absolutely like, okay, here. This defense at all 3 levels, the front D-line, the linebackers, the defensive secondary, they are just absolutely playing their tails off. They are absolutely all over this Bucs offense. And it's like, dude, like I said earlier in this episode, there's nobody, I don't care who you were, there's nobody I think out there that thought that was how this game was going to go. Nobody thought this Lions defense was absolutely going to go out there and only give up 9 points against this Bucs offense. Nobody thought that this Lions defense was going to go out there and get 2 turnovers. Nobody thought that this Lions defense was just going to absolutely make the Bucs night in Detroit that damn miserable. I literally thought going into this game that it was going to be an offensive avalanche of points between the Bucs and the Lions. And the exact opposite thing happened. The Lions offense quite literally could not manage to score most of anything during the game. Because you have to honestly think about it. We scored 3 touchdowns and a field goal. And like I said earlier, we should have easily put up a 50-burger on the Bucs last night. That's how damn lopsided this affair should have been. It's like Dan Campbell said last night in their presser, that was an ugly 24-9 win, but we're going to take the win all the same. Because I'm going to tell you this right now, while it was ugly offensively, it was an absolute masterpiece thing of beauty defensively. You want to talk about a defensive masterpiece? That is exactly what Kelvin Shepard and that defense pulled off last night. And I'm going to tell you this right now, this goes without saying. But you take that game that we just had Monday night against the Bucs, if that defense plays like that the rest of the year, we win in the Super Bowl. We are winning the Super Bowl. I don't give a damn who you think you is. Packers fans? You can say you're the number one, record in the NFC North. You play against a defense like that, Jordan Love ain't doing crap. You ain't getting nothing on us. Because we did that with backups. Imagine what's going to happen when we get Reed back, when we get Arnold back, when we get Branch back, when we get Joseph back. And then, you want to think, well, if we can just wait for them to potentially get knocked out of the lineup again. Okay, just wait until we then have all our backups back in again. Because, that's right. With the starters in, we good. With the backups in, we good. Think about that. And then, to add even further insult to injury, we're getting guys back from injury that you all haven't seen yet. Think about that. We're going to get back Rodrigo. He's going to be back fully healthy. We're going to get back probably Kirby Joseph fully healthy because he's been playing with that injury and whatever he's been dealing with in his knee ever since the start of the season. And then you're also going to have this entire defense that now knows, hey, if we can do that against the Bucs, the hottest team in the NFL, we can do that against anybody. This defense has undergone such a massive transformation, such a massive metamorphosis this year. I'm absolutely stoked. Think about it. Coming into this season, everybody had the same thoughts and concerns about the defense. Can we stop mobile quarterbacks? Check that box off. We've been doing it all year. We shut down Baker Mayfield from running the ball. We shut down Lamar Jackson from running the ball. We shut down Jordan Love from running the ball. Anytime we've gone up against a mobile quarterback, we have shut them down. They have not been able to run the ball against us. Okay, that one's now been taken care of. Now you talk about, we're so worried about these injuries. We're so worried that we're going to have a repeat of what happened last year. That absolutely got crushed last night. Last year, this defense, if we'd have gone through the same thing we did this year, that would have been an absolute nightmare of a game. For us, not the Bucs. That would have been a nightmare of a game for us. But the nightmare was the Bucs offense, not us. We absolutely came in there and we were the complete underdogs on defense and we absolutely punched them square in the mouth and they could never get back up. It was absolutely a just defensive beauty to watch last night. And understand something here. I'm an offensive guy all the way. I love watching offenses absolutely just, shred opposing defenses apart. I absolutely love that. But I again, as the saying would go, I got to tip my hat to the freaking Lions defense last night because they absolutely personified this hat 100%. 100%. They played a gritty, tough-nosed style of football, and they just absolutely socked the freaking Bucs in the mouth. That was absolutely the best defensive performance I think I have seen probably in the last 10 years overall as far as any team in the NFL, but easily a top 10 performance out of any team over the last, 2-3 decades. For all the circumstances coming into that game, for all the stuff we had that we weren't going to be able to use in that game, we absolutely shut the Bucs the hell down. The Bucs came into that game with quite literally all the reasons in the world to think that they were going to absolutely tear us a new one offensively. And, our defense just absolutely said, not in our house, not in our watch, you ain't getting nothing. And we were literally 9 points only removed from it being nothing. Absolutely just a total blackout performance in, Blackout City, Detroit last night. Absolutely just ridiculously, stellar defense. I can't say enough good things about that defense last night. And everybody that's watched my channel, y'all know I've been one of the harshest critics of the defense over the last couple of years. But that performance last night, oh, wow. Like I said earlier, if that defense plays like that the rest of the year, we win in the Super Bowl. I don't give a damn who you think you is. I don't give a damn who you think you are. We will win a Super Bowl if that defense plays like that the rest of the year. There's just no doubt about that. That quite literally was the biggest wake-up call I think the NFL or the rest of the teams in the NFL that are jockeying for a Super Bowl could have possibly had. Because it's like, you on the biggest stage, you under the brightest lights, you've got absolutely almost nothing to work with, and you go out there and you quite literally deliver a masterpiece on defense. I mean, dude, just absolutely unbelievable. Just wonderful to watch, but unbelievable. But anyway, folks, I had to talk about this, so I've said my piece. So I'm going to end this episode and say thank you all for watching yet another episode of MCM Motor City Mania. If you like what you saw, by all means, I highly encourage y'all to watch the next episode. I also encourage y'all to do one of these three things: like, comment, and subscribe. If by chance you subscribed in the past and you forgot to do so at the time, or you just subscribed and you not yet had a chance to do so, I want to highly encourage y'all, please make sure you hit that bell notification icon so you guys never miss any more content that I push out. Hope y'all are doing well. Hope y'all got some of your life that makes you happy, makes you smile, which I guarantee you after last night's victory, you definitely smiling a hell of a lot. And with that being said, until the next time we meet, I just want to say God bless and go Lions.